Nigeria is earthly blessed with lots of solid minerals that are buried under its soil. But most of these minerals are mined by unauthorized persons who pocket the gains. The chairman of the House of Representatives Committee on Solid Minerals, Jonathan Gbefui, recently disclosed that illegal mining costs Nigeria about $9 billion annually.
I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement.
Everything I do so instinctive and so passionate. Every word I move so descriptive like an adjective. I got a vendetta against people who patented being negative when you should be getting after it. I got facts over tracks, this and that. Spitting slow, spitting fast. I could roast, I could gas. Think I'm okay at last, but I don't know if that can erase all the past. And the pettiness, a reflection of the emptiness. Hilarious, you think you're worth my time, you're delirious. Mysterious, because you hide behind a fake exterior. Inferior, you know I'll always be a bit superior. Get off of me, this ain't no humble brag. I want you to hear words, you can say them back. I want you to feel free from the chains at last, and to believe in what you got, it was built to last, yeah.
Now that I've been put through hell, I never got anyone's help. I had to do it all myself.
I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement.
Gonna learn the consequence of being incompetent. Mental health is confidence, dreams and some modestness. I'm not here to save the day, that's for you to take away. I could play a million mind games, but instead I say something not illogical, something that is topical. Rub it on and watch it go, make yourself unstoppable. Dreams are irresponsible, but they're always possible. If you just believe, you could be so remarkable.
Thoughts in my head, a collage and they spread. I'll be great one day, going off of my meds. No, I'm not giving up, no, I'm not giving in. I will make it to the top, taking off in the wind. I gotta make it, I'm saving every day to taste it. I'm patient, but my mind, it can hardly take it. I'm chasing a dream that I've had for several ages. A vacant, modern kingdom for the taking.
Now that I've been put through hell, I never got anyone's help. I had to do it all myself.
I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up.
It is a complex issue that intersects with organized crime, environmental degradation, and human exploitation. The scale of the problem is staggering. In Central African Republic CAR, for example, it is estimated that 97.5% of gold production is not officially registered and is smuggled out of the country. According to the mining group Gemfields, 20% of the world's gold production comes from artisanal mining, much of it illegal. So who are the players in illegal mining? An Interpol report says that the miners themselves are at the bottom of the chain. They are often vulnerable individuals who trade their safety for the slim chance of a golden ticket out of poverty. Women make up half of Africa's artisanal miners and children another 10%. Mine managers, financiers, and then illegal buyers are also involved. At the very top are some big dealers, organized crime groups, otherwise known as OCGs, high-ranking political and economic actors, as well as non-state armed groups in conflict zones like in the Democratic Republic of Congo. But why can't governments stop them? The answer, according to most analysts, lies in corruption, and lack of political will. Additionally, illegal mining provides a living, albeit dangerous and illegal, to millions of impoverished citizens, making some governments hesitant to crack down, some reports suggest. Some countries like South Africa are even mulling plans to formalize artisanal mining in a bid to mitigate the scourge. In Ghana, tech-based solutions like using artificial intelligence, remote sensing, and satellite data are being explored to mitigate the effects of illegal mining.
Now, guys, based off this clip we have watched, it will really give you an insight, a proper understanding of what illegal mining is all about. But is that all? No, there is more to it. I want us to take a look at categorically what some countries are experiencing, yes, as a result of illegal mining, starting from my own country, Nigeria.
Nigeria is earthly blessed with lots of solid minerals that are buried under its soil. But most of these minerals are mined by unauthorized persons who pocket the gains. The chairman of the House of Representatives Committee on Solid Minerals, Jonathan Gbefui, recently disclosed that illegal mining costs Nigeria about $9 billion annually. This is approximately 15 trillion naira today, or about half of the 2024 budget of the federal government. Now, how come this is happening and what is being done to stem this tide? Just Nigeria's Ayuba Elia goes to find out in this report.
There is a huge potential for the boosting of Nigeria's GDP.
Global demand for mineral resources is on the rise, but Nigeria is losing its mineral wealth to illegal miners, with hundreds of people buried alive in mining pits across the country.
They will come shooting sporadically and drive these people out of their area, take over the area because they want to do mining.
As government seeks to boost foreign exchange earnings, what must be done to maximize solid mineral potential in Nigeria? Nigeria boasts of over 40 solid minerals worth an estimated $750 billion, identified in about 500 locations. In neighborhoods like this in north-central Nigeria's Plateau State, dozens of artisanal miners risk it all in search of tin. In 1999, 52-year-old Victor Davo was one of such miners striving to make ends meet. The father of 6 ran out of luck when a mining pit collapsed on him, damaging his spinal cord.
I was in a pit when a stone rolled down and fell on my leg. Those that were there tried to help me out. I asked them to leave me when I felt I could pull myself up. But while I was crawling out, the pit collapsed on my back.
Despite his condition, mining is all Victor is still holding on to.
I believe someday I will succeed through this artisanal mining, and I will help my family and people around me.
In Minna, capital of north-central Nigeria's Niger State, Jibrin's wife and daughter, who worked as artisanal miners, were swept away by water at a mining site in June this year.
When she was alive, I would sometimes be away for a month in the bush. But since she died, I had to change, especially because of the children. Raising them hasn't been easy.
There are thousands of artisanal miners across Nigeria, many of them women and children, desperate for survival. Not even the frequent reports of miners buried alive or trapped in mining pits seem enough to deter them. These fatalities are not limited to miners. In 2010, over 400 children died from lead poisoning associated with artisanal gold mining in northwestern Nigeria's Zamfara state. In an ongoing effort to structure activities of artisanal miners, government says more than 100 cooperatives have been formed, but that high-profile mineral thieves are now taking over communities.
They would come with either cutlasses, or they'll come with guns, or they'll come with fire. They will not even talk to the people in the village. They will come shooting sporadically and drive these people out of their area, take over the area because they want to do mining.
In a report, the Nigeria Extractive Industries Transparency Initiative (NAITI) says Nigeria earned 814.590 billion naira, or $482.7 million, from the solid minerals in 15 years.
A lot of people doing it at the back door and taking it out without passing through due processes. So a lot has been wasted.
What you have in the existing structure is a situation where in every state, in all the 36 states, including the FCT 37, you have only one federal mines inspector. At most 1 or 2 staff under him. And these people are to police the length and breadth of the whole state. So you find out that you have barely little or no monitoring of what is really being extracted.
Authorities say Nigeria loses $9 billion annually to illegal mining, but with the right structures in place, the country could block these financial holes.
So what are we agitating for? An independent agency that will be responsible for monitoring and inspection of the mining sites.
Nigeria's constitution bestows the powers to determine the use of mineral resources on the federal government, with land ownership under the prerogative of state governments. Some experts believe this is discouraging investment in the mining sector.
As it is, you find out some people will be mining in some places. We don't know. And when we arrest them, they will tell you they are getting clearance from the federal mining officer.
We're changing that now. That ab initio, you have to obtain the consent after identifying your site. Then you obtain the consent of the host communities before even applying for your license, and before we can give approval. So it's now a precondition.
Although the existing legal framework makes provision for the Mineral Resources and Environmental Management Committee (MIREMCO) in states, an ongoing constitutional review seeks to give states autonomy over mineral resources.
This bill is one that will amend Section 44 of the Constitution to remove natural resources of all sorts from the exclusive list and to be put on the concurrent list.
As with many sectors in the country, poor infrastructure remains a challenge for many investors.
A whole lot of mining pits and ponds are being managed by quacks, people who know nothing or next to nothing about mining.
You find out that foreigners, most especially Chinese, are the ones who have the large mines. Why? Is because they have funds available. They can afford every kind of machinery that they will work with.
According to Standard & Poor, as of 2023, Nigeria's exploration budget is ranked 12 in Africa, with $2.5 million or 4.193 billion naira, a far cry from the $41.732 million or 70 billion naira required.
We don't have industries that mine, that refine those minerals in the country. For example, all these industrial minerals, all we mine are taken out of the country for processing.
Investors will always want to see safer and cheaper investment efforts. It is very clear that the business climate in Nigeria is hostile.
So moving on, up next, let's take a look at what is happening in Kenya, and we will be right back.
Taita Taveta County in the western region of coastal Kenya boasts an abundance of some of the world's most exquisite and valuable gemstones. For decades, this area has been a hotspot for mining these precious stones, which glimmer with promise and wealth. However, despite the riches that lie beneath the surface, billions of shillings harvested from this trade are siphoned off to foreign countries. This situation results in a significant loss of royalty income for Kenya, depriving the nation of vital revenue that could support community development. Meanwhile, unscrupulous brokers and illegal traders have infiltrated the market, reaping substantial profits at the expense of local miners. These artisanal miners who toil under hazardous conditions risk their lives daily, often receiving little to nothing for their hard work. Their struggle underscores the harsh realities faced by those who contribute to the country's gemstone wealth, living in stark contrast to the wealth of others who exploit these resources. In the heart of the county, the vibrant mining activities unfold across the sprawling plains between the breathtaking Savo West and Savo East National Parks. One of the most notable sites is the Chawia mining location, where miners embark on a grueling journey into the stifling depths of the earth. Here, they navigate through narrow, sweltering tunnels that plunge as deep as 180 meters below the surface, driven by the allure of precious gemstones. In this challenging environment, tens of miners huddle together in a single tunnel, their determination palpable as they toil through 6-hour shifts, each moment filled with hope for a glimmer of treasure beneath the rock.
Tuko katika kikosi chetu tuko 33.
Hii kazi ilianza wakati gani?
Ilianza mwaka 2022.
The county is geologically positioned within the renowned Mozambique Belt, a region celebrated for its exceptionally rich mineral deposits. This area holds a diverse array of valuable resources, including both industrial minerals such as coal, limestone, and precious gemstones like sapphires and rubies. Over the years, extensive studies and prospecting efforts have taken place, leading to the commercialization of these resources and resulting in substantial financial gains for foreign investors and mining companies. Despite the wealth generated from these mineral riches, the local communities have seen little benefit.
Hii ni njia. Unaona hii? Hii ni njia. Sasa unaona ikija, ikifika hapa imenona. Unaona kama hapa imenona, sasa inafunga kakitu kama ka mpira hivi. Hata ka mpira ndio unasikia inaitwa kidundio ama usikie pocket. Ikiwa kubwa inaitwa pocket. Sasa hapo unaitoa pole pole, unaekelea kama nchepe ama gunia unatoa, alafu nani inaendelea mbele.
Kizazi cha sasa hii madini mengi yako ndani. Maana yale yalikuwa mengi ya zamani yameliliwa na wale mababu zetu. Sasa kizazi cha kwanza kilikuwa ile madini ya juu. Sasa madini ile imebaki ni ile iko ndani. Sasa lazima
guys, this is really a serious matter. You might definitely not know how serious it is, but if you know someone that has been affected negatively, and this whole impact of illegal mining has affected in one way or the other negatively, aside the other way around that they will say they are benefiting from it financially, it will really make you understand better that yes, there are drastic damage, destruction that definitely might lead to loss of life in the course of this, and it is not a good situation to be encouraged. As long and as far as I'm concerned, this is all form of corruption, this is all form of crime and evil in the highest order, and it is high time we say no to this. It's high time solutions are rendered to help this situation in each of this country. Now moving on, let's get down to Ghana and see what is going on there, and we will be right back.
This is a river that will usually be used as a source of drinking water. These waters have been contaminated by the work of Galamsey, the act of illegal miners digging for gold in Ghana's forests. A piece of gold as small as this could take half a day to mine, but it's worth around $150.
If I'm the one who's getting small and you are getting the huge amount of gold, I'll try to kill you and take it.
This is the western region of Ghana, a hotbed for illegal mining.
I completed university in 2019. Since then, I've not been able to secure a decent job, so I had to venture into Galamsey.
Using Chinese-made pumping machines, the miners bring up chunks of soil from this pool of water. The machine sucks the soil onto this board, which separates the dirt from the gold.
There's a fight for gold when it is discovered, because we are plenty.
On an average day, you can make between 1,000 and 2,000 cedis.
The miners here tell me they mostly mine on cocoa and rubber plantation lands. They either purchase an acre of land for around $2,000 or they work for the landowners.
Galamsey is difficult. It's basically digging of the soil and trying to separate the gold off from the soil. We use mercury to separate the gold from the soil. What we call the final thing is what we call the black.
It's the mercury that is highly toxic for the environment, and if inhaled or consumed by a human, it could be fatal. As well as Ghana's forests being destroyed by Galamsey, the rivers are full of pollutants and harmful chemicals.
We are headed to the river Ankobra, and just driving on this road, we spotted several illegal mining sites. Really disheartening to see how Ghana's large forest reserves are being completely destroyed by the activities of illegal mining.
The Water Research Institute have been collecting samples of the polluted Ankobra River and waters over 100 kilometers away in Butri.
Water that tested, that alum was added, the pH values were quite acidic, and it's not good for people to consume such water. Mercury is a highly toxic element, and it's problematic in that when mercury gets into the system, it could affect the lung, and then for newborn babies, it will also affect their developmental process.
Elizabeth is a food seller at nearby Dominasi. She has lived here for 30 years and relies on the Ankobra River as a source of clean water.
Me so dia me say man ko school ntimi nim o me say bibi de chemical abem enti nda me de foka na me de ko kuro bi ya fra na bokoro na me de ko ye ho adwuma enti nsu yo no ye ho akire ye wo ha pa enti.
Elizabeth says she has to cycle to neighboring towns for clean water.
Nti say minya baby a nka me ko because nsuo no aye den ama nti minya baby a nka me ko na makọ akoye madwuma no e wo ho.
A 4-hour drive away in the town of Axim, where the Ankobra meets the coast, 13-year-old Dorothy died of kidney disease.
Na yaba no nya tusu de oye nsu na yanum we yane Axim asase do no yan bula mu nsu nkote na yanum bula mu nsu nkote na yanum aye da adin su ya ona na yanum ntaye dem no da mu nsu na aso no yeguare ye di ediban ye bibia mu hu da membrabum yere ban bi da nteta ma wakada abofo na nya da membrabum yere ba no ahono na maso aye mu kakra nsu no yanum no nyu anhye da ntew nsu no nyu antew no nyu fiye diswa ma ogene nsana yano te true da me nsu no aye tumi hom bon keten bi krampo wo yanum so yum de da mu nsu no.
There's no proof that Dorothy's illness was caused by the mercury in the waters, but researchers say there are clearly many health issues in communities around small-scale mining sites. Research shows mercury exposure can impact a person's immune system. To combat illegal mining, the Ghanaian government have deployed security forces to evict illegal miners, but this hasn't changed much. Miners I've spoken to tell me they hide when they come. We reached out to the Ghanaian government for comment, but have not received a response. In his 8 years in charge, President Akufo-Addo has always publicly stated he wants to stop galamsey. From every miner I've spoken to, I get the sense that until they feel there's a better financial alternative, they will continue to mine and pollute Ghana's waters.
Guys, it is actually serious. Let me not talk much because I know that a lot of people, a lot of you at this point will have a thing or two to say. Let's head off to South Africa and see what is going on there.
Sehr kalt.
The police are, our local steps are basically outnumbered. I mean, we really need real intervention. We want the military,
We had the Zama Zamas normally having their turf war, and it's been ongoing. But this weekend, what's happened is that they came into the community. They were shooting with heavy arm guns. Our community members had to lay on the floor because gunshots was going throughout. I mean, our children are in danger. We can't walk in the roads at night. We can't walk in the streets. We cannot be driving. Everybody needs to be in at 5:30 because that's when their war starts.
Recent war between two rival Zama Zama gangs in Rivoli, south of Joburg, resulted in frequent shootings, claiming the life of 31-year-old Ernest Mangena, an innocent civilian, and leaving the community engulfed in fear. Last week, a string of raids by SAPS and JMPD saw more than 100 illegal miners arrested, explosives, high-caliber weapons and tools used in the refining of illegally mined gold confiscated. And while the efforts of law enforcement to root out criminal elements plaguing the community of Rivoli have been welcomed, it's unlikely that it's going to have a long-term impact, with locals adamant that Zama Zamas will return in a few weeks. Now, the Minister of the Department of Mineral Resources and Energy, Gwede Mantashe, claims the issue of Zama Zamas is a matter of criminality, solely the responsibility of police, despite his department allowing illegal mining to spiral out of control by not ensuring proper rehabilitation of mined areas are done. The family of 31-year-old Ernest Mangena don't believe police can effectively deal with the issue of illegal miners. Mangena was driving home from church with his wife on July 27th when a number of bullets struck their vehicle. He sustained a single gunshot wound to the head that claimed his life. His sister-in-law, Dawn Mushwana, spoke to Eyewitness News.
Around 8:15, I had a shooting around Extension 3. A phone call rings, and then that was my younger sister. And I'm expecting her to tell me they're already home because I was thinking they just want to tell me they're home safe. And I just had a scream from the phone, like, say, my husband just got shot. I was like, where? She was there, we're here around in Rivoli. I ran to the scene. The ambulance was not there yet, but the police were already there. So, and then she came out from the crowd, coming to me crying. I was like, what happened? She was like, we were coming, and then we just saw this guys with blankets running through the wall. So there was the police on the other side. Like it was a shooting between the police and the Zama Zamas.
The police spokesperson, Lieutenant Colonel Mavela Masondo, said at least one Zama Zama was arrested for the shooting. Sounds of voices and digging beneath homes in Rivoli are often heard by residents who are adamant that Zama Zamas are operating right beneath their feet. Rivoli resident Teresa Gorridge paints an eerie picture of hearing voices beneath her home at odd hours in the morning. And she says she's not the only one.
I phoned her about twice, I think, already. And I said to her, can she hear voices? Because I'm here, but I can't see to her side, you know. Is the guys talking there stuff? Then she says, no, there's not. So I said, Inga, I'm telling you, I'm hearing voices and chopping, you know, like digging. Because it's almost like it's coming up. It's not around type of thing. So I said, they digging underground. We're going to lay here in our houses. Going to fall in under us one day.
Help, please, please. Desperate pleas from 2 kilometers underground. Rights groups say hundreds of people are trapped in this mine in South Africa. Look, how many days must you live in a situation like this? The miners are cramped together with no food or water in what's known as Shaft 11, months after authorities launched an operation to clear the mines of unlicensed workers. A new video filmed deep below the surface appears to show dozens of bodies.
In Shaft 11, you cannot at any stage be able to come out. You need to be assisted. They've been writing letters to us, asking, pleading to say, please help us. We want to come out because now we are out of, we're there for a long time.
There was a pulley system to help deliver supplies and transport miners, but according to the group Mining Affected Communities United in Action, it was destroyed. The group has now fixed the pulley and lowered a phone down to see the situation for the first time. A professional court-ordered rescue effort is now underway, but the process is slow.
Reality is that completely emaciated, completely dehydrated, in a very dire state physically, and it is very clear to us that they would require an urgent medical attention.
They illegally entered the abandoned mine in November, searching for leftover gold. But now it's a race to bring everyone back to the surface before any more lives are lost. Riley Carlson, Al Jazeera.
Guys, this is unbelievable. This is actually unbelievable. This is shocking and as well disheartening to know that these and more are what is happening when it comes to illegal mining in Africa. And now let me throw more light on this. First off, I would have loved to start by telling us that every country is to their own mineral resources, every country is to their precious stones, every country to what they are gifted by God, and it was for a reason and for a purpose, to sustain, to grow, to develop every country as the case may be. Just as we are in Africa as different countries, our mineral resources is something that God has given us in abundance, that if properly managed by our leaders, by the government and those authorized miners, would definitely take each country to a length that at the end of the day, like I said earlier on, no country will lack. There will be nothing like poverty. But going in the other way around, illegally, criminally, is all shades of wrong and should be highly prohibited and stopped as soon as possible. You might say talk is cheap, but are there possible solutions? Yes, it all lies in the hands of both the leaders and the citizens. Look at what we have seen in these countries, aside others that have not been featured. It will really shock you when you go further to begin to uncover what a lot of citizens are going through or have gone through, even in the course of losing their lives. It will leave you devastated. And guys, is this a way forward for Africa? Is this what Africa is supposed to be? Now, let us know that the citizens or the individuals that indulge in this illegal mining are not just the country's citizens. Most times are citizens from other countries, yes, that come into the country, sometimes illegally and even legally, and indulge in this crime. They have superiors that they work with and are reporting to. It will interest you to know that. But you know that at the end of the day, when we talk Africa, the level of corruption has eaten so deep in most of our leaders that makes them want to almost see it as impossible. But what is there? What is there if at the end of the day we fold our arms and watch people lose their life? Children, innocent families, innocent people as a result of this. Look at the case of that man in South Africa that was accidentally shot. These and more are the issues. Look at what is happening in Ghana. Look at what is happening in Nigeria, Kenya, and the rest of other countries. I I know that as citizens of different countries, a lot is going on in your country when it comes to illegal mining. You can even go as far as bonfire when it comes to Nigeria, which is illegal mining and processing of crude oil. That at the end of the day, when you go to some of these sites and little strike of fire, there is definitely going to be massive explosion that leads to loss of life. We have reports upon reports of incidents like this that has been occurring and will continue to occur as long as something is not done. I'm happy that in most countries there is awareness and possible solutions are being rendered, just like we've seen in South Africa and other countries. Guys, this is a thing and is an issue that is eating deep in almost all countries in Africa, and it's high time we look into it and rendering possible solutions, suggestions, and acting right as citizens of different countries. It starts with us. It starts with us as citizens down to our leaders. If these people can say to themselves that no, they are not indulging in this act, there will be no illegal mining. And if our leaders at the end of the day mines legally and use the funds, the resources to better the country, I think Africa and every country in North, East, West, and South Africa will be the best countries at the long run. And in the nearest future, Africa as a continent cannot be compared and will not be compared to any country, because we will stand out and beat world record and beat global economy and beat everything that is definitely going to make us stand as a continent in Africa. That is it, guys. I know I have talked and I have spoken. I have shown a lot. I know at this point there are so many opinions. Some of you might definitely be for or against this whole thing. Let me know your thoughts as well in the comment section. How have you been experiencing this and how does it affect you? How do you feel and think about this whole illegal mining of it? Guys, let's talk as citizens of different countries. Comment below, leave your thoughts, your opinion, your input constructively and respectfully. Let's have a common understanding as citizens, adults of like minds that wants to see Africa do better. Right there in the comment section, there are things I might have not covered. Leave them in the comment section and let's have this conversation rolling, guys. And this is it. At this juncture, at this point, we've come to the end of this episode. What are your thoughts? What are your opinions? Leave them all in the comment section and I will gladly respond to them all. And at this point, if you are yet to like this video, kindly hit on the like button and share this video to create more awareness so that more people can see the dangers and what this whole illegal mining of 18 can pose to individuals, to countries in West, East, North, and South Africa. Until then, keep it real, happy, safe, and blessed. Till I come again in my next episode. But for now, I am wishing you a productive day, week, month out there, wherever you are watching me on the stable of life of an African woman. Till then, ciao, ciao.